What up? I'm Bea, and welcome to my channel where we talk about all things true crime and current events. Today's video is about some of the things that are currently going on in the world of YouTube, and we're just going to talk about them because things happen so quickly. I see like certain drama channels get videos up like nothing. I have no idea how they do it. Like, amazing, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to be constantly caught up on things like this. So we're just going to go over a few of them, give my opinion, talk about it, see what's going on before next week starts and we have a whole new collection of stories to talk about. James Charles is creating a series on YouTube. It is being backed by YouTube itself. They're going to be kind of providing the production value, and I'm assuming they're going to be helping with editing and stuff like that, as well as they are the ones who are providing the cash prize, because this show is about proving that you have what it takes to be an influencer. So James has invited micro influencers to apply to be on this series, and they're going to be essentially competing to prove that they have what it takes. And the winner of it will get $50,000. So it's crazy. So many people are talking about it. They think it's a great idea. They love the idea of highlighting smaller influencers. And I kind of have to agree. I think it's a really cool idea. James kind of talked about it like it was this revolutionary thing, and I can't say that I agree on that. A lot of people pointed that out, like, you know, he was getting some, I don't want to say backlash, but not as much support maybe as he thought he would. And some people were like, well, if he didn't say that everything he came out with was revolutionary, my dream, I've been dreaming about this for years and years, then maybe they wouldn't have this response. But either way, I think it's a cool idea, and I think it's going to be really interesting, and it's definitely going to get a lot of views, especially from the micro influencers. The people who follow them and subscribe to them are going to be very invested in them winning, so it's going to bring new people onto James's channel, and I think it'll be really interesting. Another thing that happened this week was Jaclyn Hill announcing the return of Jaclyn Cosmetics. They're back. So a lot of people were assuming, like speculating on what the product was going to be that she was releasing. So many people were saying highlighters, and they were right. She posted a full video showing her holiday collection, what's going to be in them, like what the PR packages look like. It is this huge box. She's got 3 blushes and then 3 different types of formulas for each of the highlighters. And it looks pretty cool. A lot of people were saying that the PR packaging was wasteful, and they were disappointed that she would come back from such a huge fallout, such as Lipstick Gate, and not do everything in her diligence to avoid any sort of backlash. But I don't know. I mean, I think you can't control everything that people are going to be upset about. You can't predict everything. So she has always had very like glamorous, somewhat gaudy, big, silver, metallic, like shiny. That's just on brand for her. So I'm not surprised that that's what her PR packaging looks like. However, I'm surprised that she is back so soon, because if you were anywhere on YouTube a few months ago, you know that she had her first launch of her lipsticks and it was a disaster. Some people got them, they really loved them, and they didn't have any issues, but a large number of people ended up having lipsticks with bumps, with fibers in them, like long fibers that they pulled actually out of, you know, within the lipstick. You could see them pulling it out. Some of them had sweat on them, but like that's somewhat to be expected from what I understand. Some of them had sharp plastic objects in them, and not everybody ended up getting their refunds. So it was a mess. It was Lipstick Gate. It was horrifying, and I cannot imagine being the person on the other end of that. I cannot imagine being the person who created a product that was causing so much chaos in a bad way. But Jaclyn didn't handle it the best. She kind of went radio silent for a little bit, and then when she came back, she wasn't really accepting blame for it. And I get that it's hard to do, especially on such a mass scale. You want to get on there and reassure everybody and tell them, calm down, this isn't a big deal, it's fine, because you're trying to mitigate the damage and lessen the damage. But everyone outside of her could see what she was doing. She wasn't taking responsibility. She didn't really care about making it right to the people who purchased her products and got defective, contaminated, just bad lipsticks. And so I think I don't ever want to see anybody fail. If this launch goes off without a hitch, amazing. Like, I will be happy for her. I'll be happy that she is finally getting it right. But I would be cautious because this happened just a few months ago. It takes a while to, she said she went to Milan for some of the baked highlighters. She found a whole new lab, all new formula, stuff like this, and I just don't buy it. Like, I think she's a great saleswoman. I think she is very convincing when she speaks, but she's given people so many reasons not to trust her in the past that I'm just very cautious of believing her now. Some people saw these and they were super excited. Her comment section on the video looks really positive. Like, people are really waiting to get their, anxious to get their hands on it. But for me, like I said, I don't want to see anybody fail. I don't want to see her launch go horribly, but I would encourage people not to buy it. I'm certainly not going to buy it. I don't trust her company. I don't trust her as a CEO. Do I trust her makeup tips? Sure. Would I trust her if she was talking about how to grow a YouTube channel or how to be personable or how to, really engage with your audience and make them feel connected? Absolutely. She does a lot of things well. But being a CEO of a makeup company just isn't one of them. And yes, everybody has to learn. Everybody has growing pains and stuff like that. But I think if you're in a position where you are brand new at something, you need to be humble enough to have a mentor, to have someone come alongside you, show you the ropes, so that way you don't make these mistakes, because other people have been in this position before. They've been just starting out. They've created new makeup brands. And you really can't discount the value of having someone who's been there before to kind of hold your hand and lead you through it. So there's just, at this point, everything that Jaclyn has done, from the failed vault collection to agreeing to work with Marlena Stella at Makeup Geek and then ditching her for Morphe, just all the failed launches she's had in the past and the successful ones like Champagne Pop and the original Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. With all this experience, there is no reason for her to fail. So I hope that she has learned. I hope she has taken the time to seek out mentorship and to really make sure that she's putting a quality, beautiful product out there for everyone to be able to use. And it seems like some people got their PR packages already because she hosted a dinner, and so she let them take them, play with them, mess with them, and that is great. That is something that she has learned from the last time, which it was crazy to me that she didn't send people PR before the launch, but everyone has their own opinions on why she did that. And finally, the reason I am filming this video right this instant. Usually, I post these on Sunday, so I wait a little bit. I wait till the last minute in case something else comes up, but I had to get this done now so I could post it as soon as possible. Jessi Smiles posted a video about an hour ago titled "Gabby Hanna Needs to Be Stopped," and it was beautiful. It was amazing. So, preview. This week's Crafty Crimes video, the video that I do on Thursday where we talk about something going on in the true crime world while we do a craft together, is going to heavily cover Gabby Hanna and the Trisha Paytas situation that they find themselves in right now. Basically, without getting too deep into it, because we are going to cover everything on that video, Gabby Hanna and Trisha Paytas and Gabby DiMartino are all kind of embroiled in this conflict, controversy situation right now, and it hasn't been resolved. It's still kind of actively going on, no matter how much Gabby wants to pretend that she's not thinking about it, Gabby Hanna. And basically, a lot of people, for the first time ever, were siding with Trisha Paytas on this situation. It's very controversial. There's a lot of different opinions going on. Gabby kind of looks like the bad guy for the most part. And she has taken to social media to talk about it somewhat, to make some accusations against Trisha, to kind of talk smack about her, and then she subsequently deleted all of those tweets and basically just said, like, I'm over it, I'm done talking about it, I just want to make music and hang out with my friends and be with my boyfriend, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So from the outside perspective, she's forgotten about it. She's not talking about it. She's no longer engaging in conversation about it. It's done. However, Gabby Hanna's former friend, Jessi Smiles, she seems so funny and so kind-hearted, and she does not get involved in drama. She is somebody who is very outspoken about her own life and her own mistakes, but doesn't really ever call people out, give identifying information about who she's talking about. If she does, she really stays out of it. After all of this broke, Jessi said, you can try and hide who you are, but if you're a bad person, eventually it's going to come out, was along the lines of what she said. And people were like, she's talking about Gabby, for sure. But that was all she said. Jen Dent, one of Jessi's very close friends, posted some screenshots of some nasty things that Gabby had said to her, but that's kind of neither here nor there. Anyway, that's all that Jessi did so far. Like, that was it. And then another girl named Deanna posted a tweet talking about the sexual assault that Jessi had suffered at the hands of another ex-Viner. And basically, I don't know the details of that situation. I wasn't following any of them at the time that happened, but basically Jessi was sexually assaulted, and from what it seemed like to the public, Gabby, instead of supporting her friend, supported the person who sexually assaulted Jessi. And this person confessed to what they said. They signed an official confession. They were convicted. Basically, I don't think it was of rape. They kind of cut a deal, but this person was convicted of assaulting her in some way. And Gabby seemed to be supporting the person who assaulted her on social media, on Twitter, and Deanna pointed this out. Subsequently, Gabby proceeded to message Deanna, basically convince her that Jessi was a horrible person, that, she wanted my help. She was so nice to me. Look at these text messages. She shared private text messages and said, like, I just don't get it because Jessi's been so nice to me in the past. Like, she wanted my help, and now this is what she does. And Jessi didn't do anything. But after having that conversation, Deanna sent those DMs to Jessi in order to, and she gave her permission essentially to use them in an upcoming video. And today Jessi posted that video. She called Gabby out, but she did it in a way that I think is very mature. While Gabby, in those messages on Twitter to Deanna, shared personal information about Jessi that she doesn't really talk about, tried to kind of paint her as a bad person, paint her as a psychopath, say, like, Jessi's come back and apologized for all the times that she went crazy on me because apparently she's on meds now, so she's better, but I just don't get it. She goes and does this to me when I'm in trouble, but she asked me for a job at one point. It's a lot. Go watch the video. Like, it is a lot to just kind of try and summarize. But basically, Gabby went into this girl's DMs and basically tried to convince her that she was wrong, that she misremembered the situation, that Gabby had never supported Curtis, the person who sexually assaulted her friend. You're crazy and Jessi's crazy and you remember it wrong and I'm just such a nice person. And this is what Jessi does. So basically, Jessi called her out for it. She didn't share any personal information about Gabby in the process. She basically just read the messages and said, I didn't come to you about this privately because you have a history of making people feel bad for calling you out. When they have a genuine concern, when they want to talk to you about something, when they have a disagreement with you, instead of taking responsibility and working to correct the situation, you make them feel like they're crazy. Jessi just seemed so hurt still by the fact that we don't know what happened in their friendship. I applaud Jessi for not saying what happened, why they stopped being friends, what the whole situation was about, because I think, again, it was very mature. Anyway, the whole point of the video was to kind of corroborate what Trisha was saying, because Jessi's seen it for years, and she said, like, I kept my mouth shut, I didn't want to say anything, I've tried to approach her personally before, and she kind of flips it on me to where I end up apologizing to her, and it's just not okay to treat people so manipulatively. And so I think that's really the reason that she shared the video, because like I said, she could have spilled tons of secrets, but she didn't. She just basically said, these are the messages that happened between Deanna and Gabby, and, you know, Trisha is right in saying that she is manipulative and saying that she can't let things go. She, you know, pretends online that she is this great person, she's so mature, her life is perfect, she's so kind, and this is what she does. She continues to go back and forth with somebody, try and manipulate them, try and share information that isn't necessarily hers to share, private screenshots of text messages between Gabby and Jessi, in order to make yourself look good. So it's about a 30-minute video. It is very telling, I think, in the way that people choose to present themselves online, even in DMs, because just because not everybody can see you doesn't mean that that's not indicative of who you are. How you act in DMs and how you act on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, they're all connected. You can't just separate them and pretend to be the nicest, most saintly human being ever, and then bash people when the doors are a little bit closed and you don't think everyone can see. So I think it's really great that Jessi posted that. Some of the things that Gabby said were so incredibly hurtful and wrong. So I hope that, I don't ever want to see anybody fail. I don't want to see Gabby get canceled, but in my head, I just hope that if enough people see that and they see that Jessi was able to talk out about it, they kind of follow suit and they call her out and show her that this isn't okay. Make her accountable. Don't cancel her. Make her accountable and make her better. That's all you can hope, is that people learn from their mistakes and they learn from how they've treated people, and you just have to hope that they can be happy enough with who they are that they don't feel the need to attack people, I guess. I don't know, that got really serious for a second. That's not what these are meant to do. These are just meant to talk about, like, current events, light way, maybe if some bad stuff is happening, be like, how can we fix it? So, sorry for that moment of seriousness. But, anyway, that is what has been going on, and like I said, this upcoming Thursday, it's going to be live at noon Mountain Time. We are going to be talking about a full history of Gabby Hanna and some of the patterns that may have emerged when you analyze her behavior over a long period of time all at once. And it's going to be a lot. And I'm actually glad that Jessi posted this, because that part about her sexual assault will not be in the video. I didn't know enough about it and I didn't want to speak on it, especially if Jessi hadn't spoken on it publicly for a long time. Like, she didn't comment on it, and I was like, I don't have all the information. It's a very sensitive thing. I don't want to bring it up and I don't want to cover it. So go watch Jessi's video. Wait a few days. Get ready, because, like I said, it's coming. Thursday at noon. With all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much for watching this video. While you're here, I would love it if you would consider liking this video or subscribing to my channel. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. I am so appreciative of you, and I love being able to just sit here, hang out, and talk about whatever. Thanks again so much for watching, and remember to go out there and be the voice of reason in a world full of crazy. Bye.